Jamel Herring retained his WBO 130-pound title over Jonathan Oquendo. Gogi, did you see this?
Yeah, I saw the fight. I watched it today, the replay. Yeah, it was just an ugly fight. Number one, Oquendo can't fight, and number two, Herring can't fight in the pocket. You know what I mean?
So after the fight, a lot of the fans had a lot of criticism, including Tim Bradley at ringside. He was saying, you know what? I'm sorry, but if you're a champion, you shouldn't quit like that on your stool. When the going got tough and he got a couple cuts, he elected to quit. And so a lot of fans have been regurgitating that sentiment and been lighting him up on social media. They've been lighting up Jamel Herring on social media. And he said, you know what? I'm not proud of my performance, but you know what? I don't deserve to be receiving this kind of criticism. So, Gogi, what are your thoughts on his basically electing to basically throw in the towel and cry to the doctor and say, hey, I can't see, you need to stop the fight? Did he do the right thing?
So, number one, every time your opponent tries to get inside and tries to outmuscle you, and the only thing you could do is just wrestle him and tie him up. That tells you one thing: you don't have no skills to fight in the trenches. Okay. Now me, I would have been dirty as fuck. If that guy's gonna try to headbutt me, you know what I'm gonna do, Joe? He's gonna run right into my forearm coming in. Okay, my lead hand forearm. Boom, like Mayweather was doing against Richie Hatton. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when he runs into my lead forearm, he's gonna get some uppercuts. Okay. Left uppercuts to the body. Then you know what else I'm gonna do, Joe? I'm gonna pull the old Hector Camacho trick. Throw that jab out there, leave it out there, and pull your head down and hit you with a left uppercut. Then pivot around. No, if you guys gonna get dirty and the ref ain't gonna do nothing about it, well, guess what? I'm gonna get dirty too. I'm gonna tell my fighters, start hitting them on the hips. You know what I mean? Start hitting them on his hips. Just the slowest movement down. Okay, start elbowing him a lot. Start putting that forearm in his face. Start pushing his head down. Mayweather did a perfect job, man, when he fought Richie Hatton. Every time Hatton tried to come in there and muscle him, put that forearm in his face, he pulled his head down, ripped him uppercut. Oh yeah, that's what you got to do when a guy tries to get nasty with you. But that's what in Herring, he was just being too. He was being too nice and too sweet, and like he was selling Girl Scout cookies. You know what I mean?
So the intentional clash of heads, right? Tony Weeks ruled that it was an intentional clash of heads in the fifth round that opened up that ugly gash over his right eye.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, Herring elected to continue with the fight for another 3 rounds. After round 8, between round 8 and 9, he told the doctor, you know what, I can't see. This is enough. I'm tired of this. This is absurd. And it was obvious that he quit. Tim Bradley called him out on it. But when you've got a huge money fight looming overhead against the Jackal Carl Frampton, isn't that the intelligent maneuver, Gogi? What do you think about Herring and McIntyre's, decision to, just throw in the towel?
Hey, that's a smart move, Joe. I mean, obviously, he would have kept on getting headbutted because he didn't know how to defend himself against those headbutts. And, the cuts would have got worse. He maybe would have got a concussion, which maybe would have postponed the fight longer. So, I heard Tim Bradley was, saying that, I don't know, he was taking the easy way out and all that stuff. But, I'm not the fighter, Yeah. They made that decision, it's more like a business decision than more of a, the Mexican fighters, oh no, I want to fight and get beat up more. To me, Joe, it was a good, smart business move. We got the win and move on to another day.
Yeah, it's not like it was a scintillating affair, Gogi. It was a dreadful fight, and with Jonathan Oquendo, it was obvious he wasn't trying to throw any punches on the way in. He was using that battering ram of a head of his just to try and hurt Jamel Herring. So I agreed with the decision. I didn't criticize him. But this is what Jamel Herring had to say on his, Twitter account. He said this, quote, "I accept all criticism. I'm not going to run and hide from it, nor will I celebrate or make any excuses about tonight. If anything, I'm more frustrated, and I need to tighten up for Frampton. It's as simple as that." Well, the criticism on his Twitter feed kept on coming in. Everyone was calling him a quitter on it, and you can go see this, guys. It's still up. So he responded a little bit later while he was at the hospital with pictures of his eye and going into a CAT scan. He said, "You know what? I'm sitting in a hospital alone," and this is quoting Jamel Herring. "Man, I'm sitting in a hospital alone while being called out with all sorts of negativity. Boy, this is something else. I'm not angry. I'm not sad, just deep in thought. I will still fulfill my obligation against Frampton, but that fight very well may be my last. I lost too much time from my family as it is. I don't deserve this," end quote. Wow. Your thoughts on Jamel Herring's, statement of disgust on his Twitter feed?
Joe, this is a different era of boxing. This is the social media era, so you're going to get criticized a lot more publicly, and man, you just got to take it like a man and have a thick skin and just move on. It ain't no big deal. I mean, so what? You get criticized, and hey, man, don't take it personally. I heard his wife took it personally, and she wants him to get out after the Frampton fight. But to me, have a thick skin and just move on and everything. Who cares what the you just got to have that. Who cares what they say? Just be a professional.
So this is quite shocking, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, Gogi, and you're right, we're living in a different era. Since when do fighters? Since when are they able to take a shot on the chin, punches to the face for 12 rounds, and get their feelings hurt after the fight from a couple of messages on Twitter?
Yeah.
Did you ever think that you would see this in boxing?
Man, as soon as social media came out, everybody has their opinion and everything. And all those bitches, they hide behind those fake-ass handles where they won't show their face, fake names, fake handles, and they ain't got no balls, to show who their real identity is, and they're gonna talk all that shit, But I learned over time, okay, just what I do, Joe, I just block them when I hear that shit. Block them, okay? I ain't got time for that crap.
Yeah, it's shocking. You get fans arguing with experts like yourself. Buddy McGirt was complaining about that same thing. He was in shock. He's like, okay, well, I just told everyone how it is, and you've got these clowns arguing with me on Twitter. I'm not only a former champion, but I'm a world-class trainer.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer. And fans are still trying to argue with this guy.
Yeah. That's when you step back, Joe. Me, when what I do is block their dumb ass, because what do I need the headaches for? Just block them and just move on, because ain't no use arguing with a stupid idiots, waste of time.
So there it is, Gogi. So I tell you what, congratulations to both Yordenis Ugas as well as Jamel Herring.